Isime sold the freshest and juiciest fruits in Afang village, ranging from apples to bananas to pineapples, grapes, cherry, mangoes, and many more. Some said her fruits were divine. Some people tried to know her fruit plug, all to no avail. Even when it wasn't the season for a particular fruit, ask Isime and she would provide that fruit. She was a huge competition to all of the fruit sellers in the market. No one knew her secret. Well, some weren't even bothered. They just wanted to continue getting delicious juicy fruits from Isime. But when the tree of life turned its back on her, things went so bad for her. In a small village lived a hardworking lady named Isime, very beautiful and hardworking. After she graduated from the local secondary school in the village, her parents sat her down and told her that they can't afford to send her to the university. They told Isime to find something to do to provide for herself, as they can't afford to provide for her anymore. Her parents were not doing too well for themselves. Isime didn't argue. She understood them perfectly. They've tried a lot. She knew her parents have done so much for her and she didn't want to continue bothering them. She already knew what she would do to earn a living. Mother, father, I would like to be selling fruits in the market. Why fruits? Isime, her mother asked. And she said, I think it's more profitable. I think I should go into it. And they had no objections. They allowed her and they supported her with little cash. Isime had little idea and she went to the fruit section in the market to ask the fruit sellers how the market is before she starts selling. But as she moves from one stall to the other, asking the fruit sellers questions, they totally ignored her and eased. Immediately they heard her questions. Auntie, if you know they buy, comot for here. No spoil markets for me this early morning. They were so rude. Well, they all can't be rude, right? She said to herself, and she kept moving around, talking to different sellers, only to get rude replies. After moving around for a very long time, Isime decided to return home and just do her thing herself. It can't be that hard, she said to herself. She took the money she had gathered and she went deep into the market where farmers come to sell their freshly harvested fruits. She saw some imported fruit too, which doesn't grow in their village, and she bought them all. She paid for a small space, put a table and got an umbrella, and she started selling fruits. Isime smiled in satisfaction. I'm one step to my dreams of owning a fruit supermarket. She was so happy with herself. But the other fruit sellers were not happy that another competitor has come to join them in the market. They didn't relate with Isime at all. They were so uninterested in being a friend. Even when Isime greets them, they totally ignore her. And it was so weird to Isime. She would often say, this life is not hard. The sky is big enough for all of us to fly. I don't know why you all are just being so mean to me, purposely. I haven't even started selling much. What if I start selling well? What will you people do? She would say loud enough for them to hear her, and the other fruit sellers will laugh out loud so much at her. You sell so much. With the way you started this business, they play, they said to her. And that hurt Isime so much. She just knew she wasn't doing something right. Their laugh confirmed it, and she knew it too. Because her fruits were always spoiling quickly and it didn't allow customers to buy from her that well. The night of the second day that she buys fruits from the farmers, it starts spoiling. She buys with the intention of selling all at once, but sometimes she just doesn't sell at all. and she monitors the other fruit sellers. They buy in bulk too, just as she buys, and still their fruit remains fresh and attractive. She doesn't know the trick they are doing, but she knows that she's not doing something right. Isime's business wasn't going smooth at all because her fruits kept spoiling with no one to buy from her. And if a customer wants to buy from her and they see her fruit, they just leave because it isn't given at all. Even when they want to buy a particular fruit from the other fruit vendors and the other fruit vendors do not have, they will tell that customer not to go to Isime because our fruits are bad and spoiled. They totally ruined our reputation. And because of this, customers stopped buying from Isime, and she didn't even know the reason why. All she noticed is that people stopped buying from her. It was so heartbreaking for her. Every time, she will carry her spoiled fruits and go to the river in the village and pour them all into the river so it won't pollute where she sells. And still, Isime didn't give up. She kept buying fruits, hoping that one day people will start buying from her again. When a customer buys from her, she jumps for joy. Her happiness always knows no bound, but her fellow fruit sellers will just look at her and laugh out loud. She sold one bunch of banana and she's happy. But to Isime, it wasn't just a bunch of banana. It was hope that things will be better for her. But still, she didn't know what to do to stop her fruits from getting spoiled so soon. And every time, she carries her fruit and goes to the river to pour them there. It's her eyes so teary. And whenever she's going, she was always laughed at. Small girl, you better leave this business for us and go and start selling clothes or Pepe. It doesn't suit you at all. Isime sat down one day and she just thought about it all. Well, they actually aren't wrong. This business isn't doing any good to me. I don't think I can go on with it. I am not making any profits from it. I don't even have the money that I used to start up the business anymore. She cried herself to sleep that night and she decided to take a break. That day, she got to her stall in the market. She packed all of her spoiled fruits and she started going to the river to pour them all there as she normally does. When she got to the river, she poured them all into the river. She started crying so loudly. It was so painful. All she wanted to do is to have something doing, and it failed woefully. She sat in front of the river, confused of what to do. What business should I do now? While thinking, Isime suddenly heard the sound of someone eating. She was confused and she started searching but saw no one. She stood up and stared into the river and saw a human image inside the river. Ah! She screamed. The person saw her and came out smiling. You must be Isime, the fruit seller. Thank you, the strange lady said. But Isime was confused. She didn't know whether to run or to talk. Why are you thanking me? She said. She kept staring at the person. How did you come out of the river? Why were you staying there so much? The person doesn't look like a mermaid, obviously. She has human features. How did you stay under the water for so long? Isime asked her. Oh, that's because I am the protector of the water and the guardian of this village. And I must thank you, Isime, for all of the fruits you've been giving to me. I see you come here every time, pouring the fruits into this river. They are so juicy. Thank you. Isime smiled. At least someone is eating my fruit, she said sadly. Isime, you are a very naive girl. The reason why your fruits spoil so early is because you don't preserve them. Your fellow fruit sellers preserve theirs. They put some of the fruits into salt water. Some even dry them in their various houses. But for you, you don't do any of that. And that is why your fruit spoils so early. Isime was glad she now knew the trick of preserving her fruits. She thanked the water guardian, smiling happily, and she was about to start going home to re-strategize about her business. But the water goddess called her back and gave her a small pot. Take, this will be of great help to you, she said, and she vanished into thin air. Isime was shocked and she ran home. When she got home, she locked the door and opened the pot the water goddess gave to her, thinking it contains gold jewelries. But as she opened the pot, it drew her inside. Isime entered the pot. She didn't even know what was happening until she got to the fruitful land. It was so shocking. She saw different fruit trees, from bananas to watermelons to golden melons to pineapples to apples. She was shocked to see them all. She was the only one in the land. What shocked her more was when the trees opened their eyes, and Isime realized that the trees could actually see and talk. "Wow," she said, with her mouth wide opened. "Welcome," the tree said. "You must have done a great deed to be here. Whenever you need fruits, you can come here. We will give them to you and we won't charge you. But make sure that you don't take advantage of our good deed." Isime was so glad. She didn't believe what she was saying. "I will never do that. I will never take advantage of your good deed," Isime said to them. That day, she packed different fruits from the fruitful land to her room. She couldn't believe how good things were turning for her. The next day, Isime packed all of the fruits to her stall and she started selling. The other fruit sellers were confused because they thought she has given up. "Look at this girl. Oh. She hasn't given up. She even brought so much fruit this time. Don't worry, she will go and pour them into the river as she normally does." They gossiped about her. Isime said nothing. She started advertising her fruits. "Come and buy my juicy fruits. Come and buy. It is so fresh," and surprisingly, people started buying from her. And as they ate the fruit, they kept begging for more because her fruits were different. They tasted like honey, too sweet, not like the regular fruits. They were so wowed by Isime's fruits that day. Her store was full of people buying and begging for her fruits. That day, Isime was wowed, but her competitors were more surprised. "Ah, what happened today?" they said. No one brought from them that day. Not even an apple was bought from them because everyone gathered at Isime's stall. "It's just a lucky day. I'm sure tomorrow she won't be this lucky," they said. But the next day was even better for Isime as more people came to her stall after hearing of how delicious her fruit tastes. Isime was so glad. She randomly remembered how she didn't used to have customers in the past, and she would smile. It became a normal routine. Go to the fruitful land, take as many fruits as she can, and she sells in the market. The other fruit sellers became so confused. "I hope this girl is not doing charm," they said. "Abi, why is she selling like this? It is so unusual." They tried to know her secrets. Some followed her, some spied on her, but they got nothing in return. Isime became the biggest fruit seller in the village. People started coming from different villages to buy from her. Isime became so big. She became so filled of pride. The other fruit sellers would come to her, begging to know the secrets of her success, but she ignored them. Some even knelt down, begging for forgiveness. They begged, saying they are not able to provide for their family anymore. They even begged to buy from her directly and resell, but Isime took revenge on them and laughed at them. Soon, a time came in the village where a plant infection happened, and most of the crops and fruits of the farmers were infected. They dried up and they couldn't be eaten. It was a great loss for the farmers and for the villagers as well. They started managing, but as people were managing and getting slimmer, Isime and her family were getting fatter and fresher. And instead of helping the people, that was when Isime decided to use that opportunity to make more money for herself, since she's the only one that can provide fruits and crops to the villagers. She hiked the price of her fruits and the crops she got from the fruitful land. The people wondered how she can still provide fresh fruits and crops, despite the other farms in the village being dried up. They started wondering, but they never found out her secret. Isime started selling one fruit for the price of 3, and the people had no other option but to buy from her. And then one day, a poor beggar walked to her store and started begging to get an apple, but Isime chased the beggar away. That same night, when she got home and entered her room, she noticed that the pot that led to the fruitful land was glowing, and the trees from the fruitful land all appeared in her room. They were so angry. "We gave you all types of fruits, Isime, and never asked you for anything. But when it was time to give us back, you chased us away." No, I will never do such a thing," Isime said to them. The trees remained angry, and they revealed that they were the one that came to her as a beggar. And Isime was shocked. Please, forgive me," she said to them, begging. But they didn't answer her. They broke the pot given to her, and they laid a curse on her. "You won't be able to come to us anymore with this pot being broken. You want to enjoy all of the fruits alone, right?" They made her bloated like a balloon. Someone who has been following Isime to know her secrets all along was peeping and saw everything that happened. She went to the village and spread the news round the village. And just like that, Isime became a laughing stock. She couldn't even move, not to talk of starting a new business. Some weeks later, things went back to normal for the farmers. Their land was good again. But for Isime, she remained bloated like a balloon. The end. Thank you so much for watching, besties. Please tell me what you feel about the story in the comment section. I know it's a kind of fiction-based story, but still tell me what you think in the comment section. And please do not forget to subscribe to this channel for more stories like this. Tell me what kind of stories you'd like to see next. Thank you. Love you guys so much. Bye!